Everybody who logs in now is going to use the prefix FCP before their last name, first initial. So it's FCP, last name, first initial, and then your regular campus password. You need to save your folders on your EditShare workspace that's set up for your individual class, especially any of your really big files like your video files and audio files. So we're going to walk through how to do that right now. All right, so you get to your desktop. You should have a dock that looks something like this. This is the default audio dock. The first thing you're going to do is launch EditShare Connect. That brings you to a login screen. If for some reason you don't have the address in there yet, you're going to use 149.151.146.60. That's the address of the EditShare server. Then again, you're going to put in your FCP last name, first initial, and your campus password, and log in. That launches EditShare. Whatever classes you've been granted space to use, these are all the drives that you have access to see. And you should have a hard drive there that has the last name of the professor whose class you're in. You select that, and it will automatically mount up on your desktop. Great, so then we can minimize EditShare. We don't want to quit it, we want it to still run, but we're just going to put it out of the way, and you do that by clicking the little yellow disclosure triangle, and that just hides it. Great. Now, before you start Pro Tools, before you start your session, you want to set yourself up a folder to store your files in. So, first thing you're going to do is double-click on the hard drive for your class that just mounted, and within that, you're going to control-click and create yourself a new folder. I suggest that you give it your last name and the name of the project that you're going to be working on as your assignment. So in our case, we're going to say Day in the Life. Great, so it's my last name and my project. Inside of that, I suggest you create a couple other folders to help get you organized. One that you're likely going to use if you're going to pull anything down from the internet would be a downloads folder. Great. Another thing would be field recordings. If you're going to be going out with the Zoom H1 or H4n, you're going to need some place to dump those files before you bring them into Pro Tools. So set yourself up a field recordings folder. Another thing might be supporting documents. My class typically has to write some kind of a journal or some kind of a Word document that chronicles what they did in the field and how they did their recording process. So this is a place for you to store your Word documents and things that aren't directly related to your session. So we click on Pro Tools. By default, when Pro Tools launches, it's going to bring you to the Quick Start screen. And there's a separate tutorial that goes through the Quick Start screen. Okay, so you watch that Quick Start dialog about what file types that you want to use. We set that correctly, and then we click OK. That brings us to the Save dialog. Great. So now we need to make sure that we save this Pro Tools session in that folder that we had just set up before on our class drive. So we click this disclosure tree and we can see, oh, wait a minute, right now, by default, it's got me going into my user space. It's not where I want it to go. I want it to go to my hard drive. So in order to get there, I need to back up to all the way out, zoomed out to my computer. Now I can see my class drive. I choose my class drive and I see my folder that I created. This is my user folder. Last name, name of project. I go in there, oh, there's those downloads, my field recordings, my supporting documents, those other folders I created. Great, I'm in the right spot. Okay, so now I give my session, again, my last name and my project name. Okay, so now I'm going to click Save. And Pro Tools will launch with the settings that I had said before. Now quickly, I'm just going to hide Pro Tools so that we can take a look at what it did inside of this folder. So here I am inside of my class drive. Right, there's my audio class. There's the folder that I created for my project. There is all my other folders that I created, downloads, field recordings, supporting documents. Hey, what's this? Well, Pro Tools created a folder that's got the name of my session, Madison Day in the Life. Inside of that is my Pro Tools session, but it also created a group of other folders, an audio files folder and some other files. And that's where Pro Tools is going to store my files. Okay, so when I import audio, it's going to put that audio into my audio files folder. When I click record, it's going to put that recording into my audio files folder. So then at the end of the day, when I'm all done and I need to submit my project for grading, all I need to do is come back here to the root of the drive and choose that first folder that I created. And so long as I've taken the time to put everything in this folder, everything will be in the right spot.